Smalls now stands in Cadman Plaza in downtown Brooklyn and will be on display there until November.
It's amazing to see, right? Nothing more fitting than Biggie Smalls to introduce our next guest, another one of Brooklyn's very own Cultural Affairs Commissioner Laurie Cumbo is here to give us the 411 and all the festivities taking place to mark this amazing milestone in hip-hop.
The best time to be in New York, right?
Seriously.
It is the best time. It's historical.
And it's all over. Every borough's doing something, right? Of course, the birthplace is the Bronx, but now we're talking about some of the hip-hop's earliest artifacts on display over at City Hall.
That's right. Mayor Eric Adams is officially the hip-hop mayor of all time, and he has wanted to embrace hip-hop culture and infuse it into every element of New York City. And we're so excited. There's an incredible exhibition organized by the Universal Hip Hop Museum that's taking place in City Hall. And so the mayor has always wanted City Hall to be open for people to see themselves and representations of themselves. I mean, this is incredible. No one would have ever thought that so much iconic information and imagery would be seen at City Hall, celebrating the birthplace of hip hop right there. And then at Gracie Mansion, there's also going to be an incredible exhibition organized by the Caribbean Cultural Center, African Diaspora Institute, and that's going to be on display at Gracie Mansion coming up. So there's some incredible events and activities and murals taking place all throughout New York City.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an exciting time in New York as we're celebrating the music we grew up
That's
with, right? Oh, I mean, we had, what, LL Cool J's Rock the Bells in Queens.
Yes.
We've got the 50th performance coming up tomorrow in Yankee
Tomorrow
Stadium.
at Yankee Stadium.
That's huge.
Will you be getting your groove on?
Oh, you know I'm going to be getting my groove on. I'm getting my door knocker shined up. I'm getting my whole outfit together. I mean, this is going to be such a celebration of a culture that was supposed to be underground, that was supposed to be something that was not elevated to the level that it is today. And for so many of us to see our history and culture, this is more than just a celebration. It's an opportunity for us and our generation to represent and to recognize our full selves. And so now, like, hip hop has taken us into boardrooms, corporations, into Buckingham Palace, the White House, Gracie Mansion, and now it's like we are free to be ourselves and free to express ourselves and to know that as an African-American woman, to know that a culture that we created is being celebrated from a people who they had not thought that we were going to elevate. We were left to, you know, we were left to not be as extraordinary as we are. And this culture has proven that we are extraordinary, that we are resilient, that we are brilliant, that we are creative, and we've created a musical art form that is all over the world.
Yeah, and someone said that there's nothing quite like the lyrics that are in hip hop music, because it's telling a story, it's telling an emotion, it's telling a feeling.
That's right.
And it's yeah, exactly, poetry. It's beautiful. In Queens, they had this whole incredible drone show that was going on, right? Is there any sneak peeks? Are we going to be talking about that in any other borough?
If you missed the drone show in Queens, you are going to have an opportunity to see the drones in the upcoming block parties that are happening in Staten Island on Friday, in Manhattan, Harlem on Saturday, and in the Bronx on Saturday, and Sunday in Manhattan. So make sure you go to Staten Island on Friday, Saturday the Bronx, and Sunday, right?
Oh my gosh, look at that.
That's awesome.
Right? And Sunday, we're going to be in Manhattan. So these are going to be incredible performances with folks like DJ Kid Capri, KRS-One. You're going to be able to see all of the incredible hip-hop legends that you have always wanted to see are going to be here in New York City.
Kid Capri on our show today.
Later on today, you want to stick around?
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
And now there's also murals, right?
There are going to be 50 murals that are going to be produced between now and the end of the year all across New York City, celebrating hip-hop culture. And this is going to be a way to celebrate hip-hop culture, to celebrate the artistry that has made hip-hop culture. I mean, when you and I were growing up, murals were considered vandalism.
Seriously.
And now we are elevating murals to the level where they are respected, they are given its true glory, and celebrating the artistry that makes New York City what it is today. So I'm really excited to see these 50 murals all across the city. I'm really excited to see the drones. And when people think of the drones, they're kind of like, what is that? It's going to be hip-hop imagery at each of the block parties that you're you're going to be able to see, because hip hop has always been at the forefront of innovation,
Yeah.
and you are going to see that through this particular project.
It's amazing how the conversation and the mind shift has occurred over the years, right? Because I'm listening to you carefully about the graffiti, right?
That's right.
And how it was so taboo. And what was the place in Queen, 5 Points, that where
that's
people
right.
went to go express themselves and really put themselves out there.
And it was whitewashed.
And it was taken away.
That's right.
And here we are celebrating it once again.
That's right.
I mean, we just had Ben Aaron, one of our reporters, did this whole thing about the street in the Bronx that has all these different murals that is educational and lessons. And there's so much value in it.
So much value in it.
And so that's going to be all over the 5 boroughs, right? The murals?
The murals are going to be all across the city of New York. You're going to be able to see one in a neighborhood near you. It's going to be an extraordinary opportunity for those artists, the artists that were shunned at one time, that were not given an opportunity to celebrate their work or their creativity. And it's going to be so inspiring for young people to see that they're going to have their culture and their history celebrated in such an extraordinary way. And like you said, so much of this culture was considered underground, and now to see it celebrated on such a global stage is really phenomenal for the people that came here through the transatlantic slave trade, through segregation, Jim Crow, to now see hip-hop lyrics spoken in Gracie Mansion, in Congress, on the Senate floor. We are seeing hip-hop celebrated in such a great way, and we've only scratched the surface of the potential of hip-hop. I believe truly that we have opportunities to infuse it within our curriculum. We've already seen with Hamilton on Broadway how hip hop can teach American history. And I know it can go so much further in our educational system when young people see that medium as a way of teaching history, mathematics, and science. When we have opportunities to have more of our hip hop legends a part of the boards of many of our cultural institutions. I mean, we've just begun. We've just scratched the surface. To see Jay-Z's exhibition at the Brooklyn Public Library. I mean, who would have ever thought that you would have seen his lyrics?
We could talk about it.
Right?
Before we let you go, just real quickly, there's a website you want to push.
Yes. So there are going to be 5 block parties that are going to be happening all across the city of New York. We want to make sure that you are able to see all of them. If you go to 5x5blockparty.com, you will be able to see the remaining block parties that are going to be happening throughout New York City. Please don't miss it. Please celebrate. Bring your children. This is where you need to be.
We'll link it to our website, 2pick7.com, too, in case people don't remember it. But it's great to have you here.
So great to be here.
Cultural Affairs Commissioner Laurie Cumbo, great to have you to talk all about hip-hop.
Thank you.
Next time.